A little bit about my background in terms of a kind of a story going through, and whatever will come up will come up. We're going to, Charles is going to talk after me, and then at the very end we're going to have a questions and answer session. So if there's anything that arises during my talk or Charles's talk, make a note of it and just put your hand up at the very end, and we'll both take a kind of a joint questions and answer session. So I came from a very normal background. My education was in business and economics, and I moved over to Edinburgh and just got very lucky and got a job in the organic food industry. And through working in organic food, I met so many amazing people with so many stories. Farmers would come in with eggs and they'd tell me the stories of the eggs. People would be growing salad leaves and come in with their salad leaves, and it really opened my eyes to a lot of things that in 6 years of studying economics I'd never even heard. I'd never heard of earthworms, and the importance of earthworms to an ecosystem. I'd never known the importance of bees to life on Earth. I was told theories and equations and things that actually have no relevance to our actual lives or our relationships. And so this was quite an eye-opener for me, as you can imagine, talking to these people. And so I kind of entered a bit of a rabbit hole of investigation. The more I learned, the more I wanted to learn. The deeper I went, the more I realised there was more and more depth to actually the kind of crises that we're actually facing today. And so this came to a kind of a head around 2007, where I was kind of looking at the problems around the world today, as we can hear, and thinking, which one of these things am I going to actually dedicate my life to? I was full of pain 4 or 5 years ago. It was quite difficult to look at the world, to see the things happening in the world, and to not feel a deep wound. We all feel it. Can anybody feel a pain about what to see in the world today? We all see it on some level, we all feel it on some level. And I was looking at all these different issues, and I was wondering which one of these to dedicate my life to. And I came to the point where I actually realised these are just symptoms. All these things I see around me, the factory farms, the sweatshop labour, and the destruction of ecosystems, they're all just symptoms of a deeper root cause. And at this point you're probably expecting me to say that deeper root cause is money, but I'm not. It's the deepest root cause, I believe, is our sense of a separate self. And I will speak about this a little bit later on, about why money is involved in this. But from that point, I woke up one day, and about 10 hours after having this realisation, I put a for sale sign up on my houseboat, and I didn't think for a second, about selling my boat or not selling my boat, or the consequences. What am I going to live? What am I going to do? I just felt it right in the very heart of my being that I had to act on what I felt. And so I sold the houseboat, set up a project called Free Economy, which some of you may or may not know. It's an alternative economy that it in some ways was born out of the kind of the alternative exchange economies, such as Let's or time banks and so on, which I'm very supportive of, by the way. But I see them more as being transitional strategies to a gift economy as opposed to the end in itself. I think they're incredible transitional strategies, because they get people back together and really rethinking money and how we can interact, but I don't think it's the end goal.